Hello YouTube, welcome back to the fourth practical of our introduction to statistical analysis using Python. So in today's tutorial, we're going to look at pie charts and how pie charts, what's a pie chart, how to plot pie charts and analyze data using pie charts. So we have this question: create a pie chart to show the housing category distribution from the housing column inside of our credit data set. So as we always go along, we have a question, right, and then we study the concept that I need to solve that question, and then finally we use what we have learned to solve that question, and then we have an assignment, right? So we're going to go through the same process. So now let's learn the concept of what a pie chart is. So a pie chart is a circular graph that shows the relative distribution of different categories that contribute to a given overall total. So a special chart that uses pie slices to show the relative sizes of data. This is from a website called Matplotlib. And if you don't know what Matplotlib is, I'll encourage you to go to this website called Matplotlib. Just go to your Google and then all your favorite search engine and just search for matplotlib.com. You just get a great definition of that. I'm going to leave this link. It's going to be in the description. I'm also going to maybe share this slides with you guys. If you want, let me know in the comment section below what you think. So now that we know of what a pie chart is, it's just a circular graph that shows the relative distribution of different categories that contribute to a given overall total. Okay, so now let's look at the solution of what we want to solve. So the question, let's go back to the question, and the question simply says create a pie chart to show the housing category distribution instead of the housing column. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin to do that. So here I am inside of my Jupyter not my Jupyter notebook, my Google Colab notebook. So what I'm simply going to go ahead and do, since we haven't been working on this for a while, I haven't this is actually another time that I'm recording this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and simply run all to make sure that we have all the libraries imported and everything works as fine. So once this finish completes running, now we can go ahead and begin to draw the graph that we are interested in. So last time we looked at histogram bar charts. So in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and look at how we can draw a pie chart. So let's go ahead and let me show you how we can draw a pie chart. So to do this, actually very simple. Yeah, so that's once all that displays, now we can go ahead and begin to draw talk about bar chart. So this is a histogram chart that we did last time, so I forgot actually to keep a title up here, so I'm just gonna make a text, and then I'm just going to say this is gonna be histogram. So histogram chart, so just like that, or just say histogram, it's all fine. So once I have that, now I'm going to go and answer the question that you want to answer. So I'm going to create a text cell here, and this is going to be I'm just going to give the heading of pie chart, just like that, pie chart. Yeah, so run that. So once this is run, I'm still going to go ahead and load the data that you want to work with. So I want to work with the housing column, so I'm going to say housing. I'm going to call this housing underscore data, and this is going to be df, and I'm going to go ahead and access the housing column, so housing, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a value count. So the value, let me get the spelling right, so value underscore counts is going to return to us the value count of all of this. So I want to actually see what we get back, so I'm going to say housing underscore data, and then simply run that. So that should now return to us a value count of all of those houses. So I got the spelling here wrong, so let me just delete that extra s that we had there. So yeah, now we have the value count of all the houses, right? The owned houses, the rented houses, and the free ones. So now I want to go ahead and draw a box plot of a pie chart of this. So I'm going to go ahead and create a figure here. So I'm going to do plt.figure, and I'm going to apply the fig size. So the fig size, and the fig size is going to be equals to a tuple, and it's going to be a 7 by 6 dimension image. Okay, and I'm going to do plt.pie, and just like that. And now we're going to pass in the data that we want. So we're going to pass in our housing underscore data, right? And now we need to pass in the label. So how do we pass in the labels? We just have to say labels, because each part for example, let me just run the code right now. Let me just add the other one. Let me add plt.title, and the title is just going to be housing category. So I'm going to say categories pie chart, just like that. So housing category pie chart, let me just call it pie chart, and then I'm going to do a plt. Let me undo that. Okay, and I'm going to do down here a plt.show. Okay, and then run that cell. So once you run this, you're going to have a pie chart right here. So now we can see the pie chart. We don't know which one is the owned one, which one is the rented, and which one is the free one. So we need to give it a label. So to give it a label, it's actually very simple. We have to say labels, and then you go ahead and specify the label. So we can actually create just a list here, and then simply type in the labels as the owner, like own, and then we can say rent, right, must follow this order that they come in here. Okay, the rent, and then you also have the free one tester. And then I run this. Now we should be able to see those labels right here. So great. But now imagine there were like 1000 labels or something. You can go ahead and begin to type all this out. So let me show you another way of doing it. So another way of doing it, let me just create another cell here, and I'll show you another way of doing it. So you can do housing underscore data dot so all you can do in service is just say housing underscore data, and then you're going to say dot index. So if I say dot index, it's going to return to us these values right here, which are the index of our data set. So if I run that, you can see we have the indexes here. So now we want to convert this to a list, Python list, just like this, or an array if you come from other programming languages. But in Python, it's called a list. So I'm going to say to list, and then run that. And let's see what we get. So now we should get back just a list like that. So I'm going to simply copy this, and if you notice the output of this code, it says exactly what we typed in here, right? So I'm just going to copy it and simply paste it in here. Just great. So once we have that, we can simply go ahead and run it. Now we should now get the labels as well. So once we have the labels, now I also want to see the percentage, like the own out of the housing categories, the own category, what's the percentage of it. So you can go ahead and specify those percentages as well, just to make it more descriptive. So I'm just going to go here and say auto PC points, just like this, and in here I'm going to go ahead and specify the following. So this is a bit of weird syntax, percentage sign, and then 1.1, and then an F, and then 2 percentage signs, just like that. So that's going to now show us the different percentage of the graph. So you can see this is a 71%, 10%, and then this is 17%. Yeah, so great. So that's basically how we can draw a pie chart and be able to work with pie chart data inside of our different notebooks. So that's simple how we can simply draw a pie chart and then be able to get the different categories. So now let's move on to see which assignment I have for you guys, so you guys can practice, because the best way to learn something is actually practicing it yourself and not just watching these videos. It won't help you much. So let's go and see which assignment I have for you guys. So now that you're able to solve this question, let's move on to the learn the base of what a pie chart is and how we can use pie charts in different ways, and we'll look at the solution of how to solve the question that we ask ourselves above here. So now let's look at the assignment that I have for you. So the assignment is actually very simple. Create a simple pie chart to show the purpose category distribution from the purpose variable or the purpose column inside of the create data set. So just go ahead and just try to visualize the purpose category data and purpose column, and just try to plot the different categories and then visualize it using a different using a pie chart. So that's basically my assignment for you guys. Again, if you guys feel you're having any trouble, the link to the notebook containing the solution to this assignment is gonna be in the description below. So if you have any problem, you can just simply go back there and get that specific notebook. So that's basically it for this video. So if you guys haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, liking this video, and sharing this content with anyone who you think might find this helpful. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Keep safe.